Hello, Rama Pupotu. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's continue with the next devotee, TP Ramachandra Iyer. Santamal was very helpful to seekers who wanted to have contact with Bhagavan in the kitchen. She came to the aid of many seekers who could not open up and speak in the hall in the presence of everyone else. Similarly, T.P. Ramachandra Iyer or TPR, who was one of the attendants of Bhagavan, was very helpful to seekers in the hall. He was congenial by nature and understood the suffering of seekers who flocked to Arunachala in quest of solace and clarity in their spiritual struggle. When the ashram grew bigger in the 1940s, a lot of people came thronging to see Bhagavan. Soon, rules and regulations naturally came into play to ensure that Bhagavan was not unduly disturbed. Genuine seekers who found it difficult to approach Bhagavan with their personal and spiritual problems would approach TPR for help. He was the bridge between these seekers and Bhagavan and helped them have contact with Bhagavan in some form or the other. Bhagavan sometimes allowed both Santamal and TPR to flout the ashram rules because they were only trying to help. TPR was born in Tiruvannamalai and he grew up at the foot of the holy Arunachala. His family had stayed there for generations and they were devoted to Arunachaleshwarar, the temple deity, and his Shakti, mother Abhita Kuchambal. When TPR was a boy of 6 or 7, he had the darshan of Bhagavan many times in Virupaksha cave. He used to run to Virupaksha cave, but he was honest enough to admit, I went to Bhagavan because he gave us sweets like sugar candy and raisins. However, he also came under the imperceptible spiritual influence of Bhagavan and received his blessings. The impact of these experiences became obvious when he was a youth and went to school and college. He became passionate about the study of religion and philosophy. In fact, in college, he chose philosophy as a subject, much against his family's wishes. Perhaps he needed the theoretical knowledge of the scriptures of all religions for him to understand and put into practice Bhagavan's direct teaching. In his later years, he became an affluent lawyer in Chennai. In 1938, Ramana Ashramam had some litigation problems, all of which he attended to. His wife passed away in 1939. He was very fond of her. Her death shook him so deeply that he became like a rudderless boat. His only solace was the presence and proximity of Sri Bhagavan. Bhagavan guided TPR to come to him with the result and he took voluntary retirement in the 1940s and settled down in Arunachala. After 1946, he became the personal attendant of Bhagavan. Imagine such an intelligent and erudite scholar leaving his all to be with Bhagavan and attend on him. I was very close to TPR during my childhood and even later on. In fact, I was fascinated by him. Now, looking back, I can very clearly see why I was attracted to him. On the last day when Bhagavan was to drop the body, family members, along with the doctors and other important people of the ashram, were inside the Nirvana room. Bhagavan was lying down. During the last moments, doctors advised everyone to leave the room. We all got ready to leave. I too was going out when TPR held on to my hand tightly and made me stand at the entrance. Had he not forced me to stay on, I would have missed the glorious opportunity of seeing the light that emerged after Bhagavan dropped his body. I did not see the light travel to Arunachala though. The Life magazine photographer Henry Cartier-Bresson saw the light merging with the top of the hill. He was opposite the ashram at the time. It was he who marked the time as 8:47. Bhagavan, through TPR, had granted me the darshan of his divine light. Now I understand why I have always been drawn towards him, even when studying in college, whenever I came to ashram. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Pupotu.